Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms, back again with another video for you. Today, I want to talk about the possibility of a certain Spider-Man coming back. Now, please know, guys, that there is going to be a massive spoiler warning, because in order to talk about this topic, you have to see Spider-Man No Way Home. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and just spoil the shit for you. So you have your warning. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, please just leave, come back afterwards. So it looks like Amazing Spider-Man 3 is trending as fans call for Andrew Garfield to star in a new movie. This is written by IGN, and apparently ever since No Way Home came out this past weekend, Andrew Garfield has been trending on Twitter and other social media outlets in order for fans to try to petition to get him to come back and do an Amazing Spider-Man 3. And I have a lot of thoughts of that, mostly because if you have followed me on my channel for a very long time, you guys know that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie other than Into the Spider-Verse. Does it have flaws? Absolutely. A lot of them. I'm not sitting here saying it's a perfect movie. I'm not saying that at all. I am strictly saying it's my favorite movie because of the Gwen, Peter, Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone chemistry and dynamic in which they bring to that movie. I am not talking about the Electro shit. I am not talking about Dane DeHaan as Green Goblin at the end of the movie. I am strictly telling you it is my favorite Spider-Man movie, live action, because of the dynamic and the chemistry between Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Peter Parker, and Gwen Stacy. That is what I'm saying. I have never shied away from that. I have never backed down from that, regardless of how many people over the years gave me shit for that. I have always stood tall as someone who's been a massive Spider-Man fan since I was in the 4th grade. I have always said that to me feels like the most truest form of Spider-Man from the comic books. And I have never backed away from that. Andrew Garfield, to me, is my favorite Spider-Man live action. I think Andrew Garfield is, no pun intended, an amazing Spider-Man. And now you get a bunch of people that maybe didn't give him the credit that he was due in those movies, or maybe too young to remember him in those movies, but now they're petitioning for him to get an Amazing Spider-Man 3, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. And my thoughts on that is very clear. It's not going to happen, nor do we need it to happen. I see people saying we need a 4th Tobey Maguire movie, we need a 3rd Amazing Spider-Man. Those times have passed. The time to get a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire passed. That's how we ended up with Andrew Garfield. It just didn't work. Sam Raimi left the project, Tobey Maguire left the project, it didn't work. Then we had Amazing Spider-Man 1, which at the time everybody praised, and then over time everybody just started bashing. You know, it felt like the George Lucas thing all over again, because now people are praising it. And then we get Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I really enjoyed, but then people just attack and tear apart and just go after Andrew Garfield, going, oh, my Peter Parker doesn't ride a skateboard. Well, apparently you never read the comic books. I'm just saying. Because his character, Peter Parker, was based off of Brian Michael Bendis, Mark Bagley's Ultimate Spider-Man from the comics. I mean, so obviously you guys just never read the comics, if that's what you're saying. And now with Andrew Garfield coming in, people want to try to get him back as in Amazing Spider-Man 3. And here's the thing. The problem is the time has passed. The time has passed. We do not need to see Andrew Garfield in a solo Spider-Man movie. We do not need to see Tobey Maguire in a solo Spider-Man movie. That time has passed. I would love to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield show up in supporting roles into a live-action Spider-Verse movie. That would be phenomenal. For years, I wanted closure for what happened in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Andrew Garfield and the people that did Spider-Man No Way Home brought me that closure. I got to see how he dealt with Gwen's death over the years. I got to see what that did to him. And I got to feel the pain and the happiness in his eyes with Andrew Garfield's performance when he jumps off the tower thing in order to save MJ. because he couldn't save Gwen. I got my closure to all that. And I would think that Andrew Garfield maybe got some closure too, because he was a massive Spider-Man fan in real life, and he loves that character, and he wanted to keep playing that character, and it was taken away from him. It was taken away because Disney made a deal with Sony, and they went in a different direction and rebooted it. So he finally got back to get that closure. And at this point, regardless if I want to see more Andrew Garfield or you guys now saying we want Amazing Spider-Man 3 all of a sudden, even though everybody fucking hated him, now you guys want him to come back, and now the time has passed. The time has passed. Now, I will say this. With Hollywood, you can never say no. You never know in Hollywood. Maybe one day something could happen. Who knows? But I'm just saying that where was this love for the movie and his character when the movies were out? If you guys would support him back then like you support him now, then we wouldn't have missed an Amazing Spider-Man 3. But no, you guys do what you guys do. You bash, you hate, and everything, and now the time has passed. The time has passed for Toby. The time has passed for Andrew. It is Tom Holland's time now, and I would love to see those other guys come back in a supporting role, because I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, and to me, he is the quintessential Peter Parker / Spider-Man in the MCU and Marvel in general. But that's just my thoughts, guys. I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about the talks of Andrew Garfield coming back for Amazing Spider-Man 3? Do you want to see it? Why? Leave those comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Later, guys.